Hey there YouTube, this is Mr. Weissman4 and welcome back. Today I wanted to do a video on a game that I just got. It's called Banished. I've played it for about probably 8 hours now and I've really enjoyed it. I wanted to do a review on the game. It's an indie game on Steam. It's currently out for $20 US and trust me, it's well worth it if you enjoy city building simulations, and this is a tough medieval simulation. I mean, it is definitely not easy. I'm going to load up the game that I've been doing to show you guys what I've been up to. So where am I at here? You can have multiple save files. This one. Load. So, I'll go through an entire year on here, just to show you guys a little bit of the seasons and how to survive. Might give you some tips on playing. I think I've been doing a pretty good job for this being my very first game. I've had a couple of accidents. As you can see, Armin the farmer just died and he was replaced, and he's currently buried in this cemetery. It's kind of depressing. But yeah, I mean, basically it's a simulation game. It's very, very hard. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong in it. You gotta really stockpile food, otherwise they'll starve to death in winter and they'll get cold and die. They need firewood. You can trade with people and whatnot. Basically, the whole point of the game is you start off. I started a medium difficulty game, and you start off with no houses, 10 people, and a barn, and like this little stockpile over here, and that's it. That's all you got. You don't have anything else when you start off. I had to build all of this, and as you can see, it took 11 in-game years to get to the stage that I'm at now, and the game goes a very long time. It's pretty cool. Basically what you do is you stockpile your stone, your iron, your logs and your wood, and all that stuff over here in these spots, these like stockpile locations. And then you stockpile your food and all your other goods inside the barn. I had to actually build 2 barns because I'm actually maxing out on my food, which from what I read online, you're not supposed to even be able to do, but I got this set up perfectly, and I'm going to tell you guys how after in a little bit, but I want to show you some of the other stuff that's got in the game. You have your people, and you basically control you micromanage everything, every little thing that they do, and what they do and where they're at. There goes one of the children now. Actually, is that a children? Yeah, it's a child. So, Clavia has just become an adult worker and is working as a laborer. So now I have an extra laborer over here. The laborers basically do anything that they need done out in like the fields, like way over here. Maps are huge, by the way. I have people mining stone. Actually, they've got a bunch of stone stockpiled over here. They haven't carried it back yet. I'm kind of waiting on that. But they have to walk a long way, so it's better to be closer to home. But I built the bridge over here, too, for them. Here's a bunch of my people walking back and forth. They all have ages and happiness and health and all that stuff. And basically, my town's health has been pretty good. You can apparently have a plague wipe out half your city. I knock on wood. I haven't had that happen yet. Basically, it's just a fun game to play. It's really just relaxed and chill. I enjoy playing it. It's not like a war game where you end up fighting for like half the game and you don't actually get to enjoy building it. And it's more in depth than something like SimCity is on a micro level. So you get to like really get to know the little people. And there's a bunch of achievements in it. One of the achievements is to have a town of over 600 people. I can tell you right now, after the amount of time I've played this game, that's going to take a while. So I had to build this church too because they were getting really pissed off when everybody was dying and they didn't know what to do with themselves. So I built them a church. What is this? My citizens are not hungry. Oh, that's because they had to walk so far. Yeah, I'm starting to learn that sending them out all the way over here, not a good idea, because they are starving almost by the time they get back. So I really need to not be doing that. Their happiness and health is going to drop. They just walk so slow. It takes them forever. Roads speed them up, and they'll walk on the roads, which I actually like. The pathfinding in this is really good. And it's not like in most games where you build a road and they just ignore it. They'll actually walk on these roads. But, yeah, I'm trying to build more out there so they can get back quicker. Stone roads they walk even faster on, but stone is expensive. I'm trying to get them to bring that stuff back. But yeah, that's basically some of the overview of the game. You have a couple resources. You have stone, iron, coal I haven't started mining out of the ground yet. Firewood you make, herbs, keep them healthy. This is my herb hut. You can see how many they've made this year. They don't need very many of them. They can't cut any more wood, so I have to raise the limit on the wood, otherwise they'll stop working. Which I don't want them to do. I can always stockpile more in the trade depot also. But yeah, there's a lot to this. It's a fun game. It's definitely worth buying, I think. You can have traders come. The whole point of the game is to eventually have traders show up, which I've had a couple, but they didn't have anything good. And after the traders show up, you can buy new resources. Like, I don't have any cattle or livestock starting off the game, so I built this pasture and didn't realize I didn't have anything, so it's just been sitting there. And all I had available originally were beans, pumpkins, and cherries, which the orchard took a while to grow, because that wasn't harvestable right away. And more beans. So, you can speed the game up. I don't advise going this fast for very long, because what will happen is some disaster will strike and you won't be ready to handle it, or like a seasonal change, and you'll need to be able to macro manage more of your people quicker. So I wouldn't do that, but I do it a little bit just to kind of speed up the harvesting. The yield on these farms is how much they'll actually end up getting out of it. So 100% is a lot. I mean, that ends up being like 600 or 700 food. Kristen has become a student. Oh, and the merchant's here. That's perfect timing, actually. Awesome. So slow that down. Here's the merchant boat. He's right out here. He's ready to trade stuff. Let's see what he's got. And he's just got iron. That's wonderful. Okay, so he's got nothing I want, so I'm just going to dismiss him. That's depressing. But yeah, they're completely random when the merchants show up. You never know what they're going to have on them. The whole goal of the game is to build houses, and so that your people have places to live, and they'll breed in these houses and so on. Some of my people are getting really old. DeForeston's my oldest person, as far as I know. He's 71. I haven't noticed anybody older than that. 69. 70. The cleric is 67. They're some of my originals still from the very beginning of the game. And give them jobs. Some of them will stick with the job for a while. Odds are they'll change a lot. You can't really control the individuals, what they do. But that happens, so. And your yields change every year, too. Some years you have better yields, some you don't. I've still been managing to somehow make like a crud ton of food, so I haven't had much of a problem with that. I need to build another storage barn, so I'll show you guys how to build something. Here, let me go down here. Where are you at? There we go. Actually, I wanted to build a market, but I don't think I have enough stone for that. I don't. Localized area for citizens to collect food, tools, and fuel. Yeah, we're just gonna use to store goods such as food, clothes, textiles, and tools, so I'll just build another barn. That's fine. So what's going to happen now is when I place this here, they're going to have to build around this by cutting down all these trees. But I think this isn't a good spot because it's like right near where they can get to all their stuff. Have some builders come in because you see that's how many available jobs I have for builders. So I'm going to have a couple more builders come in. They'll build this faster. He's coming over here to farm. I don't know what the heck he's doing. Where are you going? You're a fisherman. You don't have any business here. But yeah, as you can see, they actually will follow the roads for the most part, as long as there's a road pretty much going in the direct path of where they want to go to. The builder had come out here and built these, so that's good. And they're going way, way out here still. I think. No? Where's that stone mine at? Oh, it's up here. So for the most part, they're finally almost done that. Stone is valuable. It's very expensive. It takes a while, but once you have enough of it, it's really worth a lot. I built a giant quarry, actually, guys, a while ago. This provides not unlimited stone, but it provides a crap ton, but they mine it so damn slow, I got tired of waiting for it, so I sent them out there. That was a mistake. I should have just left them here, because they're getting hungry, and then they don't have food, and they're getting pissed off. But you can alleviate that problem with a good old-fashioned classic. Let me see where you are. These tabs control everything basically that you can build, by the way. And you can build a tavern. I haven't built a tavern yet because I'm afraid that they're gonna like get inebriated and burn the buildings down, because that can also happen. But I haven't had a fire yet. I built this well like in the beginning of the game here. Oh, right here, and I never used it. But I'm trying to decide where I want to build this tavern at, which may be here. I want to build in a centralized location. It's going to be here or over here somewhere. But I don't know where. And you can trade the alcohol, too, on the market, which is worth a lot. Everything that you store over here, this is all extra supplies that I have stored here. It gets really expensive after a while, but in the long run, it actually is good, because it gives you a place to store your extra stuff in case there's a massive fire and it burns all your buildings down. So, orders trade. So you can see the value of all this stuff over here. Like, tools are worth a lot. Firewood's worth a lot. And all these buildings have to be staffed to work. This is a boarding house. This is for like extra people. So say I tear one of these buildings down and they burn down, the homeless can come here and live for a little while until I build them a new house. It's kind of cool. But you need plenty of houses because they need to be breeding constantly. Mine are not breeding constantly, which is where my problem's starting to come from. But I need them to build this. So if you want them to do it faster, what you can do, and I think a lot of people in line from what I've read haven't realized this yet, this button's called Increase Priority. I want them to do this. Circle this location. And a lot more people are going to come over here and start working on this. Even laborers will. It'll get them out of that field area and over here and start doing stuff. This one's getting harvested now because its yield reached 100%. Normally they don't harvest until autumn. Let's speed this up a little bit so we can see what's going on. Our yield over here is starting to go up a little bit. We're not having a great year for pumpkins, but that's okay. We got plenty of food. What I like to do also is in the summer I go hog wild on the food. In the winter I go crazy on the stone and the mining and stuff. So what I'll end up doing is switching all of these farmers out of the farming and down to the stone cutter and like a couple more gatherers. Those are my gatherers, so I have to get berries and stuff out of these woods over here. It used to be all woods originally, but we've kind of encroached on that. And here's this, another one, and the Hunter's Lodge. They don't really get that much out of that. It's mostly for the leather to make clothes, but my people basically run around naked because we don't have enough clothing. That's been a big problem. What else cool did I do? Oh yeah, I built this tunnel here. That was kind of neat. Took a while for that to go through. Something else that happens is when they have a limit on the number of supplies they can hold. So I need to increase that and they'll keep making more of something, which is good. I want plenty of tools because the tools, they break really quick. But yeah, that's pretty much everything so far that I have done. There's a lot of other stuff you can add into the game, and it gets really challenging as time goes on because you can have disease, and that will like kill off your people really quickly. Apparently, you have to build a doctor's, which is, where's that at? It's under here, hospital. It's used to heal disease. It's really expensive and it's really big, and I haven't built one of these yet because I haven't had any diseases yet that have outbroken and killed almost everybody. And then you have schoolhouse. That teaches your people. If you don't have educated people, they work slower, which sucks. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. Cemetery costs an ungodly amount. Oops, somebody else became a student. And town hall, this is for census data. This is really big too, but it's really expensive to build. I haven't bothered building one of these yet. I think it's going to be one of the last things I try to build. But I want to see if I can get up to a couple hundred people. I don't know whether I'll be able to, but we're going to try. So now it's starting to become winter. I'm going to slow it down again. Oh yeah, they cut down. Nope, they haven't gotten that yet. They're still out there mining stone up. It takes forever. Which is, some of them are way out here. Good lord. Oh, storage for produced goods is near capacity. That's not good. Okay, so they're just going to let it leave out there? That's not good. We need to get on this shit. Come on now. So you can also see where your people are. So yeah, they're going out there. Picking up resources, picking up resources. It's gathering food and picking up resources. So they're also trying to bring back all that stone I mined. I probably shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. But and now they're just leaving junk out here. They need to. I guess it's a good thing that we have so much food, but it's also bad because we need another barn. But yeah. So that's everything that I've done so far. I've got to take some of my farmers off of this, put them on gathering. And I'm going to start sending a bunch of stone cutters back to here. And that'll be the start of winter. Winter basically gets really hard because they can freeze to death if they're outside for too long. I haven't really had too many do that, but apparently that happens. My brother was playing this and his town went to shit pretty quick because he didn't have enough houses and his people sat outside and froze. But that's because my brother's like an angry dictator, so that doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, his people, he just left them out there and they started dying. But yeah, they need houses, they need firewood, which is, I've almost forgot about. I need to have people wood cutting so that they'll make more firewood out of this, so that they'll use it, because they burn through firewood pretty quick. The point of having stone houses is, one, they're harder to catch on fire, and two, I know it's near capacity, and then two, they don't need as much firewood in them. So that's Banished, guys. It's a really cool indie game. He's really still developing this, so it's just came out like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and he's put a lot of work into it. I think it's going to be a really, really cool game in the long run. He's adding a lot more stuff to it as time goes on. So I would definitely give it a try, guys. I think it's definitely worth the $20. Maybe wait a little bit if it goes on sale, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, I absolutely love it. So I think it's worth it. But I would go ahead and try it out, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys want to see any more of this town as I go along and see what happens to it. I'd be glad to show you guys more videos of it. And have a good one, YouTube. Thanks for watching.